Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. Today on My Vibe, we're going to talk about traveling solo and your concerns with safety out there on the highway. Okay, I've traveled a lot of places by myself, and safety has been a concern. Making sure I stop before dark to find a hotel, because I like to find a hotel when I get where I'm going, because I'm not sure how far I want to ride. I might want to ride a short distance or a long distance. So I find a hotel when I get there. So I always make it before dark. But as a female out there on the highway, how do you feel about your safety? Was there a big concern about where you stayed, what time you got in, the people that you met out there on the highway? I've talked about some of the people I met before and how great they were. But now I'm going to talk about some of the ones that put a little fear in me. I was riding down to Kentucky and I stopped at a gas station and I was getting gas and a little drink, a snack just to munch on for a minute. And a couple pulled up on their bikes and they saw my GoPro on top of my helmet and said, "Oh, that's cool. Where are you going? What are you finna film?" And as bikers, you start talking about what you're doing. So I said I was getting ready to go to the Tail of the Dragon. And they was like, "Oh, that's so cool. We're going that same way. Could we ride along with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's cool." And they said, "Okay, well, we're getting ready to go into the gas station and we'll be right back out." Something put a chill in my body. I felt the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. And I was like, something don't feel quite right here. All I could visualize was my body laying on the side of the road somewhere, and they took my bike and my money and everything and dumped one of their old bikes and went on by themselves. And as they walked into the store, I jumped on my bike and I took off. I mean, I took off so fast. I was going down the highway. I'm surprised I didn't get stopped and given a ticket. But I took off and I didn't get off at the first exit. I got off at the second exit. And I sat there for some hours and I waited and waited and waited, went and got me something to eat at a restaurant and sat there for some hours to let them continue on their way. And then I left and I wasn't going as fast then because I didn't want to catch up with them. And I made my mind up that that was going to be an early night to check in. So I stopped and got a hotel a little further down the road and I spent the night. But that was a moment that God either gave me the forewarning that don't ride with these people, or it was God. It was God. That's all I can say, because I felt something very weird about him. Then the next time I was riding, oh, it was fun. I was doing the West Coast and I got up to Portland and I was going to spend the night in Portland. Now, I let it get dark that time on me because I went over the bridge into Washington and did some stuff over there. And then I came back and I let it get nighttime. So I stopped at the gas station again to fill up and get my bearings on where's a hotel close around. And I don't know if you know, but there's a lot of homeless people in Portland. I mean, lots of them. And this one guy had his little whole compound set up on the curb of the gas station. So I'm sitting on the bike, Googling hotels and stuff. And all of a sudden he walks up. He was like, "Nice bike. That's a really cool bike. Oh my God, it's a girl. Oh my God, it's a black girl." And he just started rambling and going off and just really scared me. Really scared me to the point where I was like, okay, let me pull off because he is saying some stuff and rambling and going all the psychobabble he was going. I just pulled off and went down the street to the Burger King, found the hotel, and then went on to the hotel. And that was a concern. And the hotel I stayed at was right down the road from a huge homeless encampment. I mean, to the point where they were coming down to the hotel to use the bathroom on the main lobby. So I had her give me a room right on the main floor with the window facing the parking lot, and I pulled my bike right up onto the almost grass right there up under my window. And it was really another shaking moment. I was like, okay, I gotta, well, I'm not gonna say I'm out there unprotected, but when you're a female out there by yourself, even sometimes protection is not enough, because more than one person pulling up on you, I mean, it can be a little difficult. So my traveling by myself, I had to be a little more on point, a little more watchful, meeting people, talking to people. I met a guy one time, and he came out to the bike while I was pumping gas. He's like, nice bike. Where the rest of your people at? I knew eventually he was going to figure it out, so why lie? I said, I'm by myself. He said, oh, man, what you doing out here by yourself, a lady? So we looked over, and there was two outlaw guys standing over there, a club that I won't mention any names, but they were looking at me like, please, a female out here on a bike, we ain't got nothing to say to her. So he said, you coming in to eat? Come on in, and then we can talk. So when I go in, they come in and sit down too. And he looks over there at them, start talking to them. And it was uncomfortable, just saying. So he was like, oh, you out here by yourself? I hope you got some protection on you. I was like, no. He said, go over there and buy a knife. Go get a knife over there. So I go buy the knife. And I come back and I let him see the knife. He said, let me see the knife. So I give him the knife. And he said, don't you ever do that again. Don't you ever hand over your weapon. Okay, he's true. He's right. Don't hand over your weapon. But that wasn't my weapon. That was something you told me to go buy. My weapon was in my pocket, probably ready to do something to you if you tried something with that knife. But I'm just saying how we're out there, it's not always safe. Some of these back roads we're traveling, some of these mountains, some of these valleys. What do you do? How do you feel about your safety out there on this road? Are you doing things to make sure? And I know you are, because I know a lot of you ladies are out there riding. Guys, this is not exclusive to just us ladies. I know you probably have some tails out there too, because you travel by yourself. I joke about it. Might be mooses and deers that your danger point. But what's your story? Female, male? How do you feel on your safety out there on the road?